Have you ever had a reaction and immediately regretted it? Maybe how you truly wanted to react was different. Sometimes, you know what happens? We tend to do, say, or even be something other than what we intend. And you know why this happens? Because we simply haven't taken the time to determine what we want to say, do, or be in the first place. So in this episode, we're going to be talking about how well do you know yourself and how that impacts your goals, and 4 ways to get to know yourself even better. Hi and welcome back to another episode of Up It and the Actionables podcast. If we haven't already met, my name is Peyton. Why do you need to know yourself better? And does it impact the way you pursue your goals and even achieve your goals? The answer, abso-freaking-lutely. Knowing yourself impacts the choices that you make, the actions that you take, and whether you will achieve your goals. Based on psychology, the people that we are today is based on our childhood and early life experiences. So this influences your beliefs, your worldview, and shapes everything that you do or even don't do in life. Without questioning your current beliefs, your experiences, your feelings, what will tend to happen is you won't be able to unleash your hidden true potential. You do know that you have hidden true potential, right? We may be tempted to think that money, power, and fame is the only kind of success that there is. And we may seek external validation and take on behaviors and roles in our life that don't serve us. All this can keep us trapped from examining our true selves, which is why it becomes even more critical to break free from this negative pattern and to start really assessing who we are. And what that essentially means is, what do you like? What do you enjoy doing? So we're going to break this down in 4 things that you can do to get to know yourself even better, which will then help you to pursue the goals that you want to pursue for yourself. Before getting into it, comment and tell me, what do you think? Do you agree that it is important to get to know oneself better? The first way is to examine your beliefs about life. Beliefs are something that we picked up as kids. We learned to give meaning to things in life and associated a belief with either things working out or not. So beliefs can either help you to grow and to pursue your goals, or they could hold you back in form of being self-limiting beliefs. Now, obviously, when your beliefs don't serve you, they are self-limiting in nature, and you should consider changing such beliefs. For example, let's say you want to increase your income, but you have a belief around money that having too much money is not a good thing. So here the irony is that even though you want to make more money, because of this self-limiting belief, it's going to influence your thoughts, your actions around making more money. Can you appreciate how ironic that is? So if you find yourself getting stuck in something, you need to examine what your belief around that something is in your life. We'll have to take time to examine what are your self-limiting beliefs that may be holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve. Second is, what brings you joy? What are some of the things that you really like doing? And how do you like spending your time, and with whom? And are you even comfortable spending time alone with yourself? Now, the common excuse for not enjoying yourself or not even trying to figure out the things that actually bring you joy could be that you think that you don't have enough time for it, because really, who has time to enjoy themselves? Or you may think that you don't deserve to have fun. I can't tell you this over-romanticized idea that some people have when it comes to pursuing their goals, that the pursuit of their goals needs to be a big, long battle. Let me bring you in on a secret. It doesn't have to be that way. You need to figure out what really warms your heart, what are the things that you like doing, and the secret to lasting happiness is to do more of the things that you actually enjoy doing. Why spend our limited time here on earth doing things that don't really light us up? Third is, find out your core values. Values are what you prefer to live by. Qualities such as love, hard work, generosity, on purpose do this exercise of figuring out what are your top values. It will make life so much simpler because your values govern everything. We've done a whole episode on how to identify your values. Be sure to check out this video. I'll be sure to link them in the description box below. Number 4 is identify your strengths and weakness. I'm going to assure you that this by far is going to be most difficult thing to do, because when you start taking a hard look at your strengths and your weaknesses, there may be things that will come up that you're not going to like. So when you can get over that judgment of yourself and accept both your strengths and weakness, it's going to empower you if you allow it to. I know it's going to be scary, but I also know that it can be a whole lot of fun since it is a process and not a one-time activity. So when you keep discovering yourself and getting to know yourself even better, help you pursue more meaningful goals and also help you with the way that you pursue those goals. So be sure to invest the time and do the work to get to know yourself better. It'll be by far the best thing that you do for yourself. Now, I want to know from you, which of these ways resonated and how did you like this episode? Comment below and let me know. If you like this episode, then do give it a like and share it with a friend. If you haven't already subscribed, then be sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't already subscribed to our podcast, go do that as well. I will meet you in the next episode. Till then, remember, your goals matter and it's really up to you to make it happen. Stay happy and stay healthy. See ya.